So I'm going to have one yoga block underneath my head, and I'm going to have my other one handy here for when I need it. We're going to be working on horizontal adduction, meaning our ability to bring our arm across our body. Now I need you when you're doing these exercises to be mindful of what your chest is doing, because if I try to lift my arm up by turning my chest away, that is not shoulder adduction, that is spine rotation. So I need you to imagine a laser coming out of your sternum. Keep that laser totally still when you're doing this exercise or any version of it. So first I need to figure out what my adduction is like today, and because this class in particular is also made for golfers, those of you that are golfers, what I want you guys to do is have your arm down on an angle that it would be if you were holding a golf club. Okay, so you're not going to be holding a golf club way up here, so try and be in and around that range. If you are not a golfer and you're doing this class, you can have your arm at whatever angle you want. You can play with different angles. Okay, so just bear that in mind. Now, what I'm going to try and do is, again, without that laser pointing out of my sternum moving, I'm going to first test and find out how high can I adduct my shoulder without my sternum moving. Bearing in mind that if you're rotated up right now, you're going to be lifting up very high. So I would like if your sternum started by pointing straight ahead or even downward slightly, but we'll go straight ahead on this one. Then I can get to about there. So I'm going to take my yoga block and I'm going to make sure that I block myself just past that. So level 1 wouldn't be enough, level 2 wouldn't be enough, level 3 is going to be where I'm at today. Let's see if we can get this lined up. There we go. There. So that's going to be my start position. So what I'm going to be doing is blocking myself here and making sure that my sternum doesn't start to rotate away and that I stay in that stretch the whole time and I stay on top of my shoulder. And now I can hang out here and I can stretch. Now you might be at level 2, you might be at level 1, that's totally fine. You might be so tight that you don't even lift up high enough to get a block underneath you, at which point just get your arm on the ground, just turn your chest towards your arm a little bit and that might be enough for you, and that's totally fine. That's where you're at. Meet your body where it's at. So for me, we're going to be doing it right here. Now, you're going to bank a little bit of time here, so I want you to give your shoulder, the tissue, your nervous system time to adapt to this position, and I'll talk you through what we're going to be doing here soon, but not yet. You're going to be driving your arm down into your object or into the floor using the backside of your shoulder. So I'm trying to do this motion, but I'm not going anywhere at all because my object is blocking me, and I'm going to keep that elbow nice and straight as I do so. As I said, that's going to be working the outside. That'll be our pales contraction. When I say so, you're going to then attempt to reverse and lift your hand off of your object or off of the floor, which is going to require a big contraction in your pec. Fair warning, it may cramp. If it does cramp, try your best to breathe through it. And make sure again that your elbow stays straight, so don't let that elbow break on you. Try to keep it straight the entire time and do not let that sternum rotate away as we do so. Now we're going to get right into it here. So if you'd like more time, please hit pause. You're going to bleed tension down that arm. Full body tenses up. And with 20% effort, you're driving that block down into the ground, engaging the back of the shoulder. You're going to scale up to more like 40%. Find 60%, 80%. And your greatest, safest, pain-free effort, trying to drive that block down. The back of that shoulder should be burning. Nothing's moving at all. Chest stays still. We're going to hold this for another 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Do not let that elbow bend. Throw it in reverse. You're trying to lift off and you're trying to hold that. Squeeze that pec tissue. Keep going. Don't let that elbow break. 6, 5. I'm shaking. 2, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then parachute down. Now, if you manage to do a lift off like I did there, what we're going to do for this next round, and we're only going to do one more, is you're going to take your chest, take that laser, point it downwards a little further, and you're going to do your next round there. This is going to make it a little bit more challenging. I'm going to dive right into it again. If you want more time, please hit pause. Big breath in. Everything stiffens up. You're driving down, engaging the back of the shoulder, 20% to start, 40%, 60%, 80%. Hopefully you can see my arm shaking here. If you're shaking, I'm there with you. Find your greatest, safest, pain-free effort and hold that. Do not let up. Keep driving down. Breathe through it. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, don't let that elbow bend. Don't let your sternum change position. Try to lift off and hold, 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 hold. Holy cow, keep breathing. Keep holding. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Parachute down, slowly relax.